Welcome to the Hanging Church, or St. Virgin Mary's Church in Coptic Cairo. This church is famous for being built high above the ground without a foundation, and it rests on the Roman Babylon fortress. It's one of the oldest churches in Egypt with a history that dates back to the 3rd century. Here you can see the remains of the Roman Babylon fortress. It has undergone a lot, but it also houses not just this church, but the Coptic Museum as well. There is also a miracle attributed to this church. According to tradition, around the 10th century, Caliph al-Mu'izz, who used to invite religious leaders to debate in his presence, demanded of the then patriarch Abraham to fulfill one of the miracles in the Gospel, where Jesus says if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to a mountain to move and it will move. After praying for 3 days, on the 3rd day, Pope Abraham saw Mary, the mother of Jesus, inside this church, who directed him to Saint Simon the tanner or shoemaker. On Saint Simon's instructions, Abraham went out with his priests and all his people to the mountain with the caliph and all the soldiers, and cried out, "O Lord, have mercy," 3 times, and each time made a sign of the cross over the mountain. After the 3rd time, the mountain moved on its own, and this resulted in the caliph's conversion. The church is dedicated to Saint Virgin Mary and is an important place for Egypt's Christian community. Inside, you'll see beautiful wooden ceilings, which take the shape of Noah's Ark, intricate carvings, and beautiful icons. Of course, there's the iconostasis, which is a decorated screen separating the altar from the rest of the church. Over here on the screen, you can find the map of the approximate journey the Holy Family took to go into Egypt when they fled from Israel. This is a section of the church where the floor has been replaced with a glass panel so that we can see with our own eyes that it doesn't have a foundation. And here at long last is the actual interior of the church. As mentioned before, the church's ceiling is made of wood, and it definitely takes after and resembles Noah's Ark. This is very common for many churches in Egypt. Again, as mentioned before, Coptic churches have loads of icons in them, and of course the iconostasis, which covers the altar. Among the many relics that are present in this church, 2 of the most important relics is the part of the Holy Cross and part of the Holy Tomb. After walking back to the main entrance of the church where the Roman fortress begins, there's an underground passage where we walk to Sts Sergius and Bacchus Church, or the more commonly called Holy Family Church, which is where the crypt of the Holy Family is. When you enter the crypt, the first thing you see is the well from which the Holy Family drank. As you travel further underground, you see the place where baby Jesus would have slept when he was a child. Then we traveled back up, and as you can see by the official sign, the Holy Family stayed here for 3 months, and later on during the Apostolic Age, this place became a church. And here is a rock from the original cavern. And here is another miraculous incident. At the beginning of the Holy Week in 1967, this pillar in the church randomly started spouting out blood, and this incident only stopped when Pope Cyril VI laid his finger on it. It is now encased in glass, and it serves as a memorial for the incident that occurred many years ago. This church, just as the Hanging Church, contains many icons and relics, and it also takes the shape and design of Noah's Ark, just like the Hanging Church. Many prayers have also been answered in this church with miraculous incidents. We would have been caught up in a big crowd, but we were suggested to come early to the place, and as such we didn't have much trouble in either of the churches, so we suggest any of you visiting to do the same. We have been blessed to visit these 2 holy and miraculous churches in Egypt, and we are really thankful to Almighty God for blessing us to do this. Thank you for watching, and God bless you all.